What's going on, you guys? Turk is back. I'm in the motherfucking building. I'm putting out content this week. As you can see, we are working. We ain't got time for sleep. So I'm gonna edit this content. I got a guest coming up today. He's in the LGBTQ plus community, another rap artist. He's very versatile. I'm so excited for you guys to get in to this episode and just listen to his interview and just find more music. You know, like I said, this is a platform for everybody, not just myself, but all of my friends, people who have businesses. I'm going to support you, and that's what I'm here for. So I want to make sure I do that. Shout out to all my day ones that have been listening since day one. Since the very first episode of Talk with Turk, all of the countries out there that listen to me, shout out to you. I love y'all. The country Turkey, which is my nickname. Russia, Germany, US, and Sweden. So shout out to all of you guys. Continue to stream it up. Listen to the new episode. Y'all gonna love it. I have hot topics for you on this segment. We're gonna get right into it today. We ain't gonna waste no time, for real. So shout out to the brand. Y'all, I just came out with the exciting news that I have been added to the Odyssey app. The price has went up. So who is the hottest podcast in North Carolina? That shall be me. Yeah. So get with it. Until your podcast is charting, you're not the hottest in North Carolina, baby. You're not. Talk with Turk is charting. And not just one country, 5 countries. So get with it. Yeah. Anyway, let me go ahead and get right on into the tea for today. So Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, we have been waiting to hear when it is coming back, when it's going to make its debut for the new season. And we have a date, May 1st. We have Marlo Hampton, OG Sheree, Whitfield, Sonya Richards-Ross, Kandi. We have Dreez going to be on there as well as Kenya. So we're going to see how this season turns out, you guys. We're ready. We've been waiting for Real Housewives of Atlanta to return. Right now we have Kandi and the Gang that's streaming. Portia Family Matters just went off. So Kandi and Gang is pretty good. I haven't been supporting it, watching it during prime time, but I have been watching it on my free websites. If you guys want free websites to watch free TV shows that come on, MrWorldPremiere.tv or either Broken Silence with a Z.net. So check out those websites, you guys, if you want to keep up with all of the reality TV, if you want to keep up with scripted television. They upload those episodes to that, and it's everything that's black culture, really. So make sure y'all check it out. Speaking of black culture, y'all know that Bad Boys LA is currently on, and Kerrion Franklin, who is Kirk Franklin's son, has been catching a lot of press lately due to Moolah, who is a cast member on the Bad Boys Network. He basically tried to force Kerrion to come out, and it was kind of fucked up for him to do that. It's really fucked up for anybody to worry about somebody else's sexual orientation or about who you're fucking, because I've had that situation last week where someone I used to be friends with went and told my sexual business. So it's like, none of that stuff should matter to anybody. What should matter the most is getting to know someone, knowing how genuine someone is, you know, knowing if they're a loyal person, just knowing the ins and out, getting to know someone. And that's what's wrong with a lot of you people. Y'all are worried about the wrong things. So, you know, this has been going viral with Kerrion coming out as bisexual. He was forced to come out. He was kind of uncomfortable if you watch the scene. So if you guys want to check out Zeus Network, go ahead and download the app and watch Bad Boys LA. Jocelyn's Cabaret reunion is coming up next week. We just got the trailer for it, so you guys, we're gonna be tuning in for that as well. So those are the 2 hottest shows on the Zeus Network. As speaking of black culture, Amara La Negra announces the birth of twins. So she had twins with her partner Alan Musis, and he lives across seas somewhere. So congratulations to them. I'm excited to see that. You know, she wanted a career with music, but I know that she also wanted a family. You know, if you caught up and kept up with her Love and Hip Hop story, you guys would know that, because she was on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Jay-Z teams up with Pusha T for a new song called Neck and Wrist, which is off his upcoming album It's Almost Drive, which follows his 2018 Daytona album. And a lot of people listen to Pusha T, but I don't. I really don't. He doesn't do anything for me, but I'm not going to take away from his artistry. So y'all know I was talking about Kanye West and how he pulled out of Coachella. Well, Coachella said, well, we got some people to replace him, and the tickets are going to still sell. So they went and got The Weeknd and Swedish House Mafia. They are the official headliners that have replaced Kanye West. So, you know, the people love The Weeknd. He's a pop star, and the tickets are going to sell for Coachella, unfortunately. So, Kanye, you didn't do anything to, you know, tarnish the Coachella brand by pulling out. They just went and found someone else who they know would sell tickets just as much as you did. Normani is unveiled as the face of Cracker Jill campaign supporting women's sports. Now, if you know Cracker Jill, that's the popcorn, the caramel popcorn that comes in a little red, white, and blue bag. It just gives crackerish vibes to me, you know. I don't know how I feel about this endorsement, but nevertheless proud of her. Anjanae Ellis joins the Color Purple musical movie. So if y'all have been keeping up with, you know, the onboard big screen revival of the Color Purple, Anjanae, who's definitely been heavy in the movie scene, in acting recently, she's another popular one. She was just in King Richard. She played the mother of Dr. Maddie Moss Clark in the Clark Sisters biopic. So we're glad to see her, you know, branching out, getting her thing. She's done roles many times before, of course, from, you know, history. I've seen she was on like Law and Order, excuse me, you guys. Law and Order, she was on Law and Order. So little things like that. She made appearances, but now she's really on the big screen. So shout out to Anjanae. There was a Real Housewives of Lagos trailer that just came out. Now this is for Nigeria, and it is going to be showing on Showmax. I'm not sure how to access that, but I will find out, you guys, and let you guys know when I find out. There's a new show on Netflix called Young, Rich, and African, where African descent people who are rich, who are artists and real estate people, business owners, things of that nature, they have put a show together, kind of like reality shows, and it's pretty good. So I started watching that, so you guys should check that out as well. Ed Sheeran wins the Shape of You copyright lawsuit, and he issues a video statement. So you know that he was sued for the Shape of You hit smash single that he had, and the UK High Court disagreed and ruled today that the work had not infringed in any way. He was sued by Sammy Chokri, who claimed that the collective plagiarized his song OY. So shout out to Ed Sheeran. He's an amazing person. If a lot of you guys don't get into, you know, his type of music, I'm pretty sure you don't, but I do. I listen to all types of music. My music palette is very extensive, might I add. So check him out. You know, Beyonce penned him, so you guys should give him a try. You know, if Beyonce says he's good, then why don't y'all check it out? Get to know new music. So Coyle Ray, she was on The Breakfast Club, and she did an interview, and they were talking about her album, and now the blogs are trying to like read her saying that she came for Pusha T, when that is totally not how it was. Charlemagne basically was like, I don't listen to your music, and it kind of sounded offensive when he said it, but he was like, I'm older, I don't listen to your music, it doesn't relate to me, but there's tracks up there that I like, and all of them agreed that there were tracks up there that they like. So she kind of like questioned them, and she was like, you know, she basically turned it around in a way to make them eat their words, because it was like, but you listen to this, But when is the last time you played a Pusha T record? And he was like, actually, the other day. Yeah, but you don't constantly play his records all the time, which she has a point. You never hear Pusha T on the radio. I never hear it because I listen to the radio all the time. And she also called Charlemagne a dinosaur, but basically like trying to relate the fact that, you know, there's fossils in dinosaurs and you have to find the root of the dinosaurs, but you know that they were always here. So she kind of related herself to, you know, like, you're trying to basically find a way to say that you don't support the music, but you listen to tracks up there that you like. So it's kind of like you're digging for fossils at this point. So I really like the way she made it sound, and she tied it back. So go check that Breakfast Club interview out with Coyle Ray, you guys. And that's about all that I have for you guys today on Hot Topics. I'm not going to keep you guys long. There's not much that's going on other than, you know, the update on Will Smith. You know, he has a biopic that has been put on hold. Shows on Netflix and movies on Netflix that he's supposed to be a part of that has been put on hold. You have Tony Rock that's speaking out trying to say he needs to get his Oscar taken away. And it's just a lot of hoopla. You have a lot of white people speaking on this issue, and I just feel like they shouldn't be speaking on this and saying that it's embarrassing and things of that nature, because y'all are not the standard for good behavior. White people are not the standard for good behavior, and it's an insult for any of y'all to comment. Keep your mouth shut. And a lot of people in the black culture are trying to make us cancel Will Smith. It's not happening over here. We're going to support Will Smith. We don't care. He's an adult. Chris Rock is an adult. If he wanted smoke, Chris Rock could have sued. He could have fought back at the end of the day. Yes, you got humiliated publicly. I wouldn't have let that just happen and me not say anything or do anything knowing that it's going to be viewed by millions of people for the rest of my life and career. It's just no way. We're not canceling Will Smith. So Tony Rock, you go sit down. We ain't seen you on a movie or on the screen in yesteryear. Wanda Sykes, you need to hush because nobody listens to you or your jokes. Your jokes did not land at the Oscars, so why are you even speaking out against Will Smith? I feel like there's a lot of people in the industry that just hate Will Smith or could not get the business deals that they wanted with him, so they're mad and they're speaking out against him. And it's very telling. It's very telling by a lot of people who are speaking out. And I just think it's disrespectful. At the end of the day, they're two black men. We're not going to put one down to uplift another. We're going to put them on the same pedestal in the same wavelength. At the end of the day, they both were wrong. Chris Rock, you made jokes that you don't know how people are going to take them and how they're going to react. No matter if someone sneaked, laughed at first or not. Because people laugh to hide their pain and their anger at the end of the day. And I just had to speak on that because I just saw a lot of coon shit on my timeline from a lot of people in the industry and people who are not in the industry trying to get us to cancel Will Smith. And it's just not going to happen. So it is what it is. And the last thing I'm going to leave off with is, you know, Tory Lanez was taken into custody for violating Megan Thee Stallion protective order. I started out and I gave y'all some information yesterday that was not completely thorough. So I want to make sure I give that to you today. So Tory Lanez was in court yesterday to face a judge in his felony assault case involving Megan. After hearing nearly an hour of argument about Lanez's tweets, the judge found him in violation of discovery, protective order, and personal contact order. Lanez was handcuffed in the courtroom and taken into custody to the sheriff's department, according to TMZ. He is being held on $350,000 bail. Prosecutors had requested that Lanez be held without bail or that it be set at $5 million. He is in the process of posting bail, which he did as of yesterday, and he's out. So, the tweets that got him caught up was where he said, "Good dick had me fucking two best friends and I got caught." That's what I apologize for. It's sick how you spun it though. And so that was the tweet that basically the prosecution said that Tory was violating his court order to stay away from her, and that it was secretly an act of assault, felony assault. So, you know, we're going to pray for Tory Lanez because there's a lot of things in this case that does not add up, and They have not found any gun residue off of Tory Lanez, but they did find some off of the best friend of Megan. So we don't know what to believe at this point, but we're going to let the law handle it. And all of us who are out here giving our opinions and say, hey, we should not support Tory Lanez, that's y'all's opinion. I don't care who y'all support, who y'all don't support. I have my own brain, and I want a lot of you guys to have your own brain. I don't just hop on the protect black women train. I don't hop on the protect black men train. I don't hop on those trains, honey. I tell the truth. I tell how it is. I tell how I feel, my opinion. I look at the facts myself. I review the facts myself. And if something just does not seem right to me, I'm going to speak on it. And I feel like we all should speak on the holes in a lot of people's stories. Okay? Because there's a lot of holes in stories that come with the entertainment news industry. And as well as some of y'all late ass bitches out here in the streets that are not even celebs, but think y'all are celebs and going around acting like you're so grand and nobody gives a fuck about you. But that's all that I have for you guys today with my rant. I thank you guys for tuning in. I have an interview coming up shortly with a very special artist, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. So thank you for listening to Hot Topics today, you guys, and we will be back next week for more episodes. Episode of Talk with TURKBISH. I want to thank everybody for continuing to listen to my podcast and to the show. We are steadily growing, and I want to thank everybody. Y'all already know how I give it up. Today, we have a very special guest today. I want to do another creative spotlight for someone who is a creative, who is an artist, especially for someone else who is in the LGBTQ plus community. So I want to go ahead and give an introduction. Kalontae Anderson, also known as the King of the Land, has been running his city consistently in Cleveland, Ohio for 3 years now, dropping bop after bop and shutting down stages at multiple events. Being away for 5 months, Kalontae is back with his new single, Tik Tok. While being away for 5 months, Kalontae has just released his debut project, Cold Boy Winter. So I want everybody to welcome Kalontae. How are you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. I'm doing great. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I want to thank you for coming on the show and getting ready to promote some of your work and some of your art. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I want to go ahead and tell you some of my favorite songs from your EP that you have out right now. And yes, so those songs that I love is They Know, I love Radio, and I love Bust It Down. Those are my songs right there. I don't know if you have any fan favorites. What are some of the fan favorites from your EP?
Bust It Down is like number one. I truly say that. Like everybody loved that song. Like for some apparent reason, I think it's a really, really good song. It has so much potential, metaphors,
right?
Punchlines. It's really, really catchy too.
Yes.
So it really just has to be busted down. I'm like, a lot of the other songs that was on the EP, Cold Boy Winter. For some apparent reason, I kind of feel like a lot of my fan base or a lot of people that do support me haven't been acknowledged, the other songs as much and seeing the potential in those songs. But
right.
My favorite song out of the whole EP, you wouldn't believe it, but it will be Remember. Remember is one of my favorites because it get more into a detail on who I am. Yeah. Okay. And why I do what I do a little bit, and
right.
What I've been through and things of that nature.
And that's interesting because I did listen to that song and I did love the song. I love the whole EP, by the way. Of course, I have my favorites. I understand why that song is definitely like deep rooted for you. So for songs like that, how do you work in the studio when it's time to write, when it's time to produce, or when it's time to be creative on a song? What is your mental space and how do you like it in the studio?
Well, matter of fact, I love it in the studio. One thing I really don't do when I do go to the studio is I don't write when I get to the studio. I never
Okay.
write. Like I feel like that's a waste of time.
Right.
I'm very, very creative, and my brain kind of works fast. So I went from not knowing how to freestyle to learning how to freestyle. In the midst of learning how to freestyle, pushing my pen as hard as I can.
Right.
So it's something kind of like natural for me. So it's like I can create a song in 24 hours and get it recorded and get it recorded within that 24 plus another day, 48 hours, and be delivered within a week or so. Like,
right.
So I'm like, but I just normally like my biggest inspiration to make music is to think about, you know, things that a lot of artists, and I'm not just speaking on the, you know, LGBTQ artists, but just artists in general.
Right.
Don't think about, and don't think about, like, I think about things that they don't think about saying, and think about things that they don't even think about trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay, and I love that. I love that. Now, upon creating this project, what was the main inspiration for this project when it was time to get ready to lay down the tracks? What was the main inspiration?
Oh my Lord. So okay, so this project have a whole bunch of mixed feelings. And I feel like my rollout was really, really good, but when I decided to lay each and every track individually, my mindset, my energy was to make sure that I let my audience know who I am, like,
as a person.
Yeah, like as a person. Like, this is my debut project, and this is something that I was scared to release, and I'm going to tell you the honest God truth. I was really, really scared to release because I was scared of, you know, the opinions, the literally the side looks and the shade and everything. But I haven't gotten none of that. I released the project, and I got nothing but love from it. So
well, that's good. Well, listen, like, people gonna talk at the end of the day. They're going to have their opinions, just like the saying, everybody has an opinion, just like an asshole. You know, we all have one. So, you know,
we can curse on here.
Yes, you can. Bump what those people say. You know, my show is explicit, and we're able to stream to all platforms and be explicit as we want. We can say whatever we want. You can express however you want. You know, it is what it is. So I'm glad that, you know, so you can cuss if you need to. If you want to, if you feel like something that needs to come out to be said, just say it, you know. So the floor is yours. But as I was saying, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, because the EP is amazing, first and foremost, and I love to see.
I really appreciate it.
Of course, and I love to see people out there really taking the initiative and working hard on their dreams and just, you know, excelling in what they love. So I want to commend you on that first and foremost. I really have to. But let's talk a little bit about your upbringing. You know, your upbringing with music and, you know, all of that. Give me some good juicy details. You know, what was the first time you noticed that you loved music or that you wanted to do something with music?
You know, it's so crazy because literally I had a magazine interview last month, and it was a question similar to this, and I'm gonna answer it the same way because I still feel the same way, you know, about how I came out to the industry to let them know, like, okay, well, I'm making music now. So back in 2017, I started writing. In 2017, I started writing and trying to kind of like figure out where my voice was at.
Right.
By 2018, December of 2018, I literally, you know, just got out of jail from a case. But the time I was in jail, I wrote. I was making music, constantly making music. And I got out. I finally hit the studio, I was super nervous. When I say butterflies in my stomach and literally like the sweats and the shaking, I was really nervous.
Right.
Especially just getting behind a microphone and expressing myself, and then finally hearing myself express myself. So I was like, way different for me. I never really been in the studio, so it was like, wow, it was different. And matter of fact, with that personal experience pushed me. I feel like it pushed me so much more because of the fact that I don't like being nervous.
Right.
So I'm like, me being nervous is like, no, I can't show this on my face. I can't show this at all. Like, I don't want people to know that I'm nervous or see that I'm nervous. So I try to stick on a mask to try to like cover that up. And what my mindset was like was, I got to go back in the studio and record some more, like to get rid of these nerves and get rid of these nerves.
Of course.
No lie, like literally. I kept recording, and my nervous system just kind of like shut down. Sometimes I don't even get nervous when I get in the studio. I get a little nervous before I go to the studio, but when I get in the studio and get in the booth, I am like AAA bunny rabbit. I'm just going. And
of course.
But straight to the point, the biggest thing that really came together with it was the fact that I went to jail and had time to really sit down and think about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. Like that was really a big outlet. And
that's good.
To the people that's listening, jail is not the place to be. So
I've never been, and I don't want to experience it. So I'm gonna take your word for it. I promise.
It's not. It's basically just like a really a crazy place. Like it's not nowhere that I would want anybody to be. Even my haters, the people that don't support me, the people that do support me, like my worst enemies. I don't stick jail on none of them.
That's true.
I'm like that's a place that I won't want nobody to go to, because
I'm glad you said that, because I was so close. I was once in that type of place years ago before I turned my life around. I didn't go to jail, thank God, but I was doing some things that could have led me, and I almost was about to take that trip downtown. I made a mistake with someone that I used to be friends with, whom I now should probably know that they weren't no good for me, especially, the stuff we were doing together. But all in all is to say, we go through experiences and we have to sometimes use those experiences and put it into our purpose. I always say, use your pain as your purpose. And pain can consist of not just physical pain, but emotional pain, mental pain, all of the above, spiritual pain, because growing pains, all of those type of pains, you can experience them as a person. So just make your pain your purpose. And I'm glad to see that you're one of those people that do that. So I definitely commend you on that.
Thank you.
Of course. Let's go ahead and plug your music. Go ahead and tell the people what's your current single. And I'm gonna allow you to play 2 songs. I'm gonna play 2 songs that you want from your EP on this episode. You'll be able to pick which 2 you want them to listen to, and then you'll plug your social medias, because we're winding up now. Our time slot is going on up, so let's go ahead and get you in before it cuts us off.
All right. So the 2 songs that I would like for you guys to hear is, one of the songs is not even on my EP, so this will be super exciting. I want to really stick out another. I've just released another single, and it's a collaboration with me and Bambi. So I think this is the one. Like, this is the one. Like, this is the one that everybody like have been really loving. So it's called Big Mad. I really truly think that if you have a hater or bad energy around you, this is the song you need.
Okay. I need it then. I definitely need that song. And I apologize that I haven't heard the song. I feel like I've seen promo from YouTube of the song. I just have not heard it. So I do apologize. And shout out to Bammy, who's been on my show twice. And he has one of the highest viewed episodes on my show. So shout out to Bammy for also doing his thing as well. And I appreciate the love and support from all of the content creators, artists out there that are doing their thing. And big ups to you again, Kalontae. Go ahead and plug your social media. Let the people know where they can find you. All of my listeners around the country, because I have listeners in Turkey, Sweden, Germany, US, and Russia.
In the house.
Okay. Yeah, so, you know.
So,
go ahead.
Big shout out to you guys. So you guys can find me at Kalontae Anderson on any platform. Instagram is Kalontae_Anderson. I will spell that just so you guys can make sure that y'all properly find me. It's KALONTAE_Anderson. So I'm like, you can find me on any app right now. It was self and not the bad apps, but any apps like Apple Music, SoundCloud, whatever you decide to go look me up on, you will be able to find me from Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and everything.
All right. Well, I want to thank you again, Kalontae. You know, you can go ahead and send me those links, and I'll link everything in my description for the episode when it releases, as well as you can send me your 2 songs, and I'll go ahead and upload them to Spotify. They'll play on Spotify, so all of my Spotify premium listeners, you'll be able to stream the song. If you don't have Spotify, you just have the regular version of Spotify, you'll be able to hear 30 seconds, but it'll still count as a stream to his song. So you guys know what to do. I want to shout you out again, Kalontae, and continue to do your thing.
Thank you so much for having me. Like, thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Of course.
I have listened to a couple of your podcasts. They're really, really dope. I like your energy.
Thank you so much.
It give off really, really, really like positive vibes.
Thank you. And anytime, this is my platform is your platform. So if you ever want to come on, even if it's not to talk about your music, we're still going to do that. If you want to come on and do hot topics with me one day, I have people that join in sometimes. So if you want to do that, by all means, you can come anytime you want. Just shoot me a text and we'll get it done. Okay.
That is super dope. I would love to one time I would love to come and stick some hot shit underneath some stuff like that.
Yes, we're gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna put a panel together one day of a few of my guests that I've had come before, and we're gonna do hot topics together one day. I think that'll be fun. All of us. It would be super interesting, especially for the people that have really strong opinions. So I think that'd be amazing. Thank you. Yes, it'll be amazing. We'll get it done though. So shout out to you once again, and I want to thank all of my listeners once again. I'll be back for the next segment. The last segment, we'll close this episode out. And don't forget, do you want the tea? Well, simply talk with TURKBISH. Just talk with me.